So we found ourselves on Emerald Coast today, or as I like to call it, Emerald Trollst. Hopefully that doesn't happen to us too much, at least. It feels inevitable at some point. But this is a map where really we don't have that many trophies. We pretty much got one of every diamond, a couple of rares, and that's kind of it. So hopefully we can add to that today. And we're starting off down here in the Outback, and we shall see what's out here waiting on us. And we've got what we actually came down here for, level 7 Kangaroo. And as far as our kind of medium game weapon for today, it is going to be the 44 lever action, which is just going to flip that guy backwards. And the main reason for it, if and when we get up to Croc territory, we of course have the 375. That's going to be our main Croc gun, but when they attack us, I still think the insane penetration of the 44 just makes it a better option. I'm also kind of excited, by the way, to use the 375 on Sandbar Deer. I want to see how that goes, but for now, we've got our first kill being a Heartshot Kangaroo. Still a silver, because level 7 roos are silver quite often, but a pretty solid start. And I think we'll try to stay down here for a little while. We don't hunt kangaroos that much, and we've never really killed any kind of decent rares, so I want to at least give it a shot. Well, there's at least a mythical. Not a super high SM mythical, just up to 465. And I thought for a second maybe he saw us, so we don't have the 22 today. We can't just alert stuff in the distance. Gonna have to probably get in here. Maybe the toughest thing to shoot on the walk is kangaroos. Now we got his attention, so 0 for the proper range. Of course, he's gonna try to hop behind that tree. And it took a second, but finally able to land that shot. So due to the fact that we want to have the 10 gauge, should we find any kind of trophy stubble quail, to have all the weapons we're trying to carry today, we gotta roll with the 22H for any kind of long range shots on quail, and then also our red fox. So I think that's gonna be tough should we need it. And obviously distance shots, not really an option. But then our first gold, this guy's gonna be a 424, so as mythicals go, pretty low scoring. Missed the vitals entirely, by the way. Just happened to catch him in the neck. That would explain why he dropped so fast, because it was neck, the spinal cord in there. We also hit vertebrae and thoracic spinal cord. He had no chance, but only because we shot too high. There we go. There's an aggressive one finally. Just hopping on in here, and we could wait till it attacks us, but I think because we've got the 44, as soon as she kind of faces us again, of course she's not interested in doing that, we'll just go ahead and drop her as well. I'm finding less kangaroos down here than I kind of would have expected, by the way. Still hoping there's some kind of decent one out here, but I think what we're going to do is we've got a silver there. Hard shot, though. A little better than that last one. We're going to basically go like down to the southern border of the map here. And once we get to that, whatever else we find, we'll go for it. Otherwise, we'll probably head north and start to target other stuff. That qualifies as an other stuff. Level 5 feral goat just standing there. It's actually got a good estimate for once. 194 to 223. And I don't know how I feel about those high set horns. I don't think that's typically a good sign, but we'll definitely try to get that, of course, with the 44. Gotta scoot in a little closer since we can't zero past 150. I don't know, it doesn't look bad. And I can't even remember what that fur type's called, but I really do like that one. I know one way to find out is find a way to get the shot into the vitals. So as soon as he lifts his head, hopefully we can do that. And actually just taking his time, there we go. Little front flip for us. 194 to 223. So diamond is high 208, I think. Basically 209. And there's a reason this map is known as Emerald Trollst around here. It's not just because there's a lot of trolls. It's the species that are on this map troll extremely often, probably more so than their max levels make diamond. Feral goats are one of those species, but maybe we can luck out here. It would have been a nice screenshot if that rock wasn't in the way. I feel like that's gonna troll. Just looking at it, it doesn't look like it's gonna go like 209 plus, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. Oh my goodness, that is so close. 208.5 diamond is 208.71. That is probably the closest feral goat troll we've ever had. Hard shot that too. 44 is just putting in work for us. That sucks. Would have been a nice looking goat to add to our lodge. And just falls 0.21 shy. But, you know, classic Emerald Coast hunt. Getting trolled right off the bat. We're 30-some minutes in. And already a level 5 that doesn't make diamond. Well, I think the time has come to test the 375 on a sandbar deer. I really want to see how it performs, and I'd also like to get a broadside shot if possible, just because we know how capable this thing is of getting double lung. So we're going to try to time this, like as he kind of turns away, to get this through both lungs. We could attempt a hard shot, but like a lot of guns could drop a sandbar with that. That was a little quicker than I was hoping, so maybe he'll turn back again. Should do it any second if he's going to. Little patience there, got it done. I was sort of hoping it would drop it. Honestly, since they made sandbar more resilient, a double lung drop shot would have been a lot to ask for, but I was curious. Still brought him down super fast, and I think faster than like the 300 would have. But if we're going to drop him, we're going to have to go for hard shots still. But we've got Vital Blood, 1 high bleed rate track, a dead sandbar in 23 meters. Probably as good as we could possibly get for double lung. Double lung liver might drop them. I don't know that we're going to try to get that because that's a very specific shot. But just a little silver 105 and kind of a test sandbar as we go along. Currently it's about 1500, so sandbars start to drink soon. And actually what we did was come up here to this creek. It's a really good spot for hog deer, also a really good spot for sandbar. But more importantly, there are crocs in this water, at least kind of sporadically throughout. So hopefully we can actually run into them too. There we go. So we had to go out of our way a little bit to get an aggressive croc. We're way up here on the northern part of the map, but a max estimate 7. Hopefully we can get a good angle on that with the 44. And inevitably they're running everywhere. By the way, what in the heck kind of path was that? He could have gone straight down the hill. I don't know why he chose to do that. Gonna let him get in here good and close though, because the entire purpose of this is the ability to punch straight through, basically no matter what we actually hit, and get some kind of vitals. Now, would have been ideal to get spinal cord along with that, but he's not going to go too terribly far. In fact, he should be dropping right about there. And what the heck, another aggressive 7. Didn't exactly go to plan, but the shot sure did. And we get a bonus one. So this guy's going to be a golden 832 straight through the neck, admittedly mostly due to luck. And then this one of those shots found the vitals. I'm not really sure if the first one did. It did. Right lung, liver, stomach, intestine, actually. Good example of why it's such a good option. Second shot straight into the left lung. And 2 nice level 7s. And what I'm going to do is kind of get up off the water here a little bit. If we see any decent ones, obviously we'll go for them. But it kind of gives us the chance for Bantang, Sandbar, Rusa, any of those things up in that area. And maybe we still see the crocs too. That's a big hog deer. Level 4 up to 112. Wonder if we can get this, because obviously 44 is a slower moving round. I think we can get it. You gotta put a bigger lead on him, at least at that kind of range. And then the angle wasn't exactly good either, but no problem for that. And it is Vital Blood, so not as if we somehow just got spinal cord. Straight through the heart. He's a 103 as well, so about 5 off a diamond. We were way too low, and we got, well, I don't know if we were, because we hit the lung too. It might be kind of displaying incorrectly, but in theory, we hit way too low and barely got the bottom of the heart, but we'll take it. Probably mostly luck, but if it's gonna drop what is easily the biggest hog deer we've seen, not gonna complain about it. I don't know whether to be excited about that or not. Isn't 166 diamond for sandbar? Literally just spotted that there. And I don't even know how to react. That's a big one back there. Yeah, he goes up to 172. Maybe it's 164. I think it's 166. I don't know. Maybe I'm confusing the bighorn score. Nonetheless, gonna definitely try to get a level 5 sandbar with the 375. Please don't let us get trolled twice in the same hunt. It would be right on brand for Emerald Trollst, but I was more optimistic about the feral goat, and that's saying something. Bunch of fox out here too. Nothing interesting there. This, by the way, is one of my favorite lakes, and anytime I bring it up before we go to it, hey, we're gonna go here, I love this spot, there's nothing here. This is what usually happens if I don't hype it up. Tons of animals. It's this L-shaped lake, kind of in the south center of the map. Really good spot for sandbar, for fox, earlier in the day, fallow deer all over the place, and clearly, we have potential diamonds. I'm gonna shoot that too, just to compare, actually. There's a hard shot. Let's go and take a look. I'm crossing my fingers, but I don't feel great about this. Level 5 sandbar first. It's a troll by a good bit, and it is 166 per diamond, so he literally was a guaranteed troll. That is such a bummer. I think it was because we killed a diamond sandbar in early access for this map, and we also killed a really nice piebald. I've always sort of felt like we had more diamond sandbars than we do. I'm fairly confident we only have the one, which again, going back to the intro, that's why I wanted to come here. The 4 outscores him by a whole 1. Unfortunate to say the least. We're gonna keep on hunting around here, but that is the price you pay, I guess, for coming to Emerald Coast. The troll tax, and just hopefully somewhere out here is something that makes it worth the while. I'm not sure I've ever visited this lake. This spot is crazy. There's a ton of foxes here. Kind of hard to spot them all. Interestingly enough, whole bunch of females and not that many males. I'm kind of curious if there's anything like on the other side. It's all pretty steep. So I'm going to guess no. And unfortunately, since this is likely to be our last stop, unless there's something hiding in here, I think this guy's going to end up being our last kill. So we'll probably have to alert him just because the way he's standing, as good as the 375 is, I don't think it's exactly punching through. So that's got him alert. That's going to bring him down quite quickly. Fortunately, not going to end up in the water. And yeah, I mean, there's no really like flat land over there for stuff to drink at. So I think that's going to be our... Oh, okay. Well, hang on a second. Alright, now that that's taken care of, we're just going to go ahead, grab this thing, and, you know, I guess it's sort of what we get for coming to Emerald Coast, Emerald Trollst. Double trolled out here, feral goat and sandbar, and I was really hopeful. I mean, we kind of knew that sandbar wasn't going to make it, but I was still wishing that it was, just because that's one of those things that we don't actually have that many diamonds of, and roosted deer are in the exact same boat. So, going forward, I certainly expect to be coming back here to Emerald Coast and still trying to get some of those diamonds. It's obviously more difficult than we'd like, but the more we do it, the better our chances are. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.